To find the area of circles, we're going to use the formula area equals pi r squared. Well, I want you to see the difference between the circumference and the area formula because they look very similar. This one is 2 times pi times the radius, and this one is pi times the radius squared. And the radius squared, remember, means area equals pi times the radius because we're going to multiply that radius by itself, not times 2. That's a common mistake, so make sure that you're doing it radius times radius. So we have our first circle with a radius of 5 centimeters. So we start always by writing our formula, pi r squared. And then I'm going to substitute the correct numbers. So I'm looking for area, and instead of pi, we use the number 3 1400ths. And the radius here is 5. And make sure I use the exponent 2. Now, order of operations tells me that exponents come before multiplication. So 5 squared means 5 times 5, which is 25. And 3 1400ths times 25 is going to give me my answer. I'd like you to pause, multiply, and see if you get the right answer. I get 78 5/10. So the area for this is 78 5/10. Remember, we could also write 50 hundredths, but we don't need this 0 in the end. And that should be centimeters. Since we're talking about area, it's centimeters squared. Okay, so the second example, what happens if they give me the diameter now? It's not like circumference where they have 2 different formulas. I still have to use the exact same formula. Equals pi times radius squared. So before I can do anything, I have to change the diameter to the radius. So the radius, if the diameter is 8, the radius is 4. So now I can substitute. Pi is still 3 1400ths. The radius is 4, and I have to square that. So I'm going to do the exponent first. 4 squared is 16 because it's 4 times 4. And 16 times 3 1400ths. Once again, I'd like you to pause to see the answer. Pause, see if you can get the same answer as I do. And your answer should be area equals 50 1600ths. And that's also centimeters. Since we're talking area, it should be centimeters squared. Okay, so you're also going to be responsible for parts of circles. So here I have a semicircle, which is half of a circle. So to make the video a little shorter, I tried to take the same area. So we've already done the majority of the work. The semicircle is half of a circle, so we would find the area of the whole circle, and then I would divide by 2. So if I have the whole area of the whole thing, it is 50 1600ths. Now to find the area of only half of it, I would divide by 2. And I would get 25 800ths. So the area of the semicircle is 25 800ths. Once again, that's centimeters squared. And the last example is the shaded portion. So if I have a circle and I want to find the area of just a portion of it, I have to think about what portion this is. So this is 1/4 of a circle. So I would take the area, if the radius, you see, if it's this section, it's the radius. So I'm going back to my first problem because the radius was 5. So the area of the whole circle is 78 5/10. Now if I want to find the area of 1/4 of it, I split my circle into 4 parts, so I'm going to divide by 4. Once again, this is a great time for you to pause and see if you can beat me and get the answer before me. Add a 0 and bring it down. 4 goes into 10 2 times. Add another 0. 4 goes into 25 times. Okay, so I get 19 and 625 thousandths. My problem with this is a lot of times these answers are gridables on a test, so we have to make sure that we are able to round to the nearest hundredth place. So the area of this 1/4 is going to be 19, and it looks like it's going to be 62 hundredths, but this 5 tells me I have to add 1. So not 62 hundredths, but 63 hundredths. Once again, that is centimeters squared. Okay, so I have 2 problems for you. I would like you, as part of your whisk, to find the area of a circle that has a radius of 3 inches. And then I would like you to find the area of 1/4 of a circle that also has the area of 3 inches. So basically you're going to find the area of the whole thing, and like we said before, if this is 1/4, I'm going to have to divide the whole area by 4. Okay, good luck.